Gotta get back to where we started from. Music reference. Okay. Ah. Welcome y'all to DerNami DerNami gaming
Oof.
show thing dilly that we do, episode 23. It's 23 episodes. We've done this a long time.
It doesn't seem that long.
Yeah.
We are legendary.
I mean, for our 49 subscribers, yes.
We have 49?
We have 49. Yeah, man, moving up in the world.
Moving up in the world.
Anyway, this is a podcast, and I'm Scorch, and Arcadius Zero is down in the water down there, and Vast Empires is worried about her internet, so she will not be showing up. But she will be here in voice. Her lovely, lovely voice is still here.
And spirit.
Oh, yes. And brain, and, everything except the digital rendition of her. And we have things to talk about. E3's coming up. Battlefield 5 just showed off everything. There's been some Bethesda stuff today that has popped out of the woodwork.
Bethesda.
Yeah, dude, I don't know if I want another Fallout yet.
I think the last one. It's been a year or so, hasn't it, since the last one? So they might be due for another one. Possibly?
Well,
the life cycles of Fallouts.
The new Fallout 4 came out since I've had my newest job.
So actually not as long then?
Not super long, no.
Hmm.
I think it's a pretty quick turnaround. What we're referencing, by the way, is that Bethesda had a quick little live stream in which they put the "Please stand by" banner across all of their social media. And people have already started to suspect that it's various Bethesda games related things, but that iconography is most wow, how did that happen? Is most associated with Fallout. And so people are wondering if it is indeed a Fallout game that's coming out. But we'll see. We don't know yet. We really don't know.
Well, it'll be 3 years in November since Fallout 4 was dropped. So,
yeah.
Although, what is their normal timetable when it comes to releasing Fallout games? Isn't there like a
timetable?
I
just kind of go, "Hey guys, there's a Fallout," and everyone goes, "Yay!" And then there you go, Fallout is played.
I think they work on a 5-year development cycle for just games in general, unless you're Skyrim and then you just get released just like Minecraft on every single platform ever.
Patch. Oh, hey guys, this is an extra patch for a new console. Patch.
If they don't come out with Skyrim Mobile this E3, I will be just a little bit salty. Just a little bit, because it's on everything else.
It's time.
Why not put it on mobile? Why not? Ugh. I can't talk about Skyrim. I'm gonna get worse. I don't want them to keep porting it. I want them to move on. I want them to do other things.
They will. They're going to port it to the
forever ported.
Yeah.
All things ported. Always and forever.
Switch, or it's about to be ported to the Switch?
Oh, it's already on Switch. I think they did that last year, I believe.
Oh,
yeah.
Too much.
Kind of mobile.
I mean, I guess you could pull the thing out and use it. But
Maybe
does that really
count? A mobile that he possesses?
I mean, I'm going to be purchasing a Switch when Pokemon comes out.
I need 3 solid games before I get a Switch.
Well, you've got Super Mario Odyssey and Breath of the Wild, and then you'll get...
I'm thinking Breath of the Wild, the new Metroid, and one more I'm waiting on.
Pokemon, man!
Not so much a Pokemon
Trade with me, brah!
I see. I'm just going to be a trading scapegoat, huh? I need to do this trade to evolve this thing.
Well, and there are 3 of us. There are 3 starters. We can all get the starters. All
No,
of
this
them.
is true.
It's meant to be, y'all. It's meant to be. Just embrace it.
Kind of a
Okay?
fan of the Charizard. Just saying.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I beat all of Pokemon Blue with my Charizard.
Isn't the new, aren't the new versions supposed to be PV?
Are they supposed to be what?
Might have broke up a little there.
Pikachu and Eevee?
Oh
Oh,
yeah, that's
that's
what
different.
that's
Oh.
what they're leading off with. Yeah.
I could do with an Eevee.
I think they said
Versatile.
the name of their new games were Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. And
Eevee.
they
How did
somehow
Eevee become a rising star? Has
Well,
Eevee always been a rising star?
they are it seems as if they're tying it into Pokemon Go and there's going to be
Oh.
an AR experience that comes with the game. Whether or not that will be an integral part, and if you actually need that to be successful in this game, will kind of make or
Well, I
break my
never
idea
did
of it.
the Pokemon Go thing, so
I mean, it was fun for about 2 weeks.
for about 2 weeks.
Hey, there's Redstone. And yeah, Eevee was a big deal in Pokemon Go.
Mm-hmm.
And it would make
Did not know that.
sense. It would make sense for them to go and do Eevee if they're tying it in with something related to Pokemon Go. It's something that people who never played Pokemon but played Pokemon Go can relate
Would
to.
know of.
Yeah.
I see. Well, I'm in neither of these parties, so I will just watch from the sidelines.
You can do so much with Eevee now. They
Watch out! Watch out! Watch out! Watch
I
out!
made a
Watch out!
terrible mistake.
Oh my
Okay.
God!
I saved us. Don't worry. I got it.
I'm
I
sorry
got
we
it.
cut you off. He almost engulfed himself in lava fast. I'm so sorry.
No, I was just saying that you can do so much with Eevee now. Like
Yeah,
Oh,
all
really?
the
there's like
evolutions with
8 or
Eevee,
9 evolutions for it or something?
1,000.
Something ridiculous.
I do remember there are quite a couple new evolutions for an Eevee
Yeah.
of like all the types. They went ahead and just took Eevee and was like, all right, you can make Eevee one of any of the types.
Mm-hmm. Basically.
Oh man. I don't know what to think. I don't know what to think about it. I'll have to wait. But
Before we
Reserve
move
judgment.
on though,
yeah.
before we list of titles, Splatoon.
Ooh, Vast, you're getting choppy.
Yeah, you
Uh-oh.
broke out there. You're gonna have to repeat that.
Yeah.
No.
Pardon the technical
Splatoon 2?
difficulties. We're
Splatoon
traversing
2.
across new
Add that to your list.
internet lines.
Add Splatoon 2 to the Switch list?
Yes.
It looks
Wait,
like a
there's
fun game.
Splatoon 2 coming out?
It's already out. It's been out for a while.
Oh, well, I guess that shows how much of the Nintendo realm I've been paying attention to.
You could get Mario Maker.
I mean, a Mario title is going to be pretty solid, I think, regardless of which one you get. It's
Yeah.
Mario.
But like it's Mario Maker. There's like it's everything.
Oh. Wait,
Yeah.
what do you mean by everything?
They essentially dumped all of the tools for and assets for every single Mario game ever,
What?
so
Oh my
that you
gosh.
can build and share your own levels with your friends and the Nintendo community.
That's
Mhm.
intense.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Did not know that. Good
a
news.
big
good
deal.
news. Always
Yeah.
new things to learn.
Oh, and there's the new Metroid.
There is the new Metroid,
Yep,
but I don't
gotta
know when
mention
that's
that
coming
one.
out.
If they come out with the new Metroid, that'll probably be the push I need to get a Switch.
Well, sir, I think you're going to see it at this year's E3, so
Yeah.
get ready
Hopefully-
to topple over the cliff.
Oh yes.
Oh,
Hopefully it will be
man.
more than an icon like they did last year.
Yeah,
I
please.
know.
I
I'm
hope
I'm
they
hoping
put
it's
in
some
for like
gameplay.
a good solid full body render or something like that. If they can at least give us that, like this is what it'll look like. It'll have something for people to go, ooh, ah.
Absolutely.
It'll probably just be like shining off of Samus's helmet and then darkness. That's all
Yeah.
you get
Yeah,
this
it
year.
won't even be the full thing. It'll be a reflection of the thing we want to see.
Ow.
Oh gosh. Why did you bring him here?
I just broke through this area. I have no idea what's over here.
Well, there's diamond right here.
I know. I was happy about that, but
I got it.
you've mined it. Oh my gosh.
Why can't I pick it up?
So among the other things that we're going to see at E3, there is also Battlefield 5, which we can riff on in a moment. There's a lot to talk about there. From the PlayStation camp, we're going to be seeing Death Stranding, Ghosts of Tsushima, Last of Us 2, some other one that I've forgotten. Sorry about all that. I can't remember everything. And
There'll probably be more on Metro.
yes, Metro.
Metro Exodus. We have a feeling that we might see something from Borderlands.
Well,
No breath holding. Probably
no breath
another
holding,
banner
but-
announcement, and that'll be about it.
I mean, they just recently came out and said that they've delayed the release of it to 2020. So
really?
Oh,
Yeah.
I missed that.
we are pushing into like next gen-ish territory.
Oh, you stole my
Well, that's
question.
what I was just about to say. That so they're going to just port things over to next gen because PlayStation 5 should be out then.
Yeah, I don't know how far it's gonna go. So, yeah, we'll see.
Who
Huh,
knows?
it could be that odd. Well, I don't want to say odd because it really wasn't, but that Vanilla Destiny launch where it was on all of the consoles.
Yeah,
You
But
don't say
that-
that word.
that was a real hindrance to the title.
It was a real hindrance to the title. Not not all the other hindrances notwithstanding.
No.
Yeah, it was pretty
but
much
it did-
hindered on its own.
On its own, yeah, it just ham-fisted its own self. Like, it took itself hostage.
That phrase never gets
Man.
old. It's so visual. Just a giant
But,
honey spiral ham swinging around.
But it also it also helped with the sales numbers too.
Yeah,
So,
it did. It sold a hell of a lot.
Not
then.
not that I think Gearbox needs help, but you know,
No.
Battleborn. So I don't know. I don't know. We
Oh,
love you, Gearbox.
we do.
I love you.
I do
And
too.
I love gosh, I can't even remember the character's name now. Arachnus. I liked Arachnus.
Arachnus. Well,
Goofy.
I hope we see something from them. If we don't, I mean, I'm fine with waiting, but I will be a little bit disappointed.
A wee bit.
But
Teensy bit.
in the meantime, we have things like Anthem to speculate over and drool over.
I've seen a lot of worrisome things about Anthem.
Oh
that-
yeah?
that
What?
Allegedly that there's more possible timeline pushing, which means that can only mean implicitly there's more upper management arguing as to what they should do so they don't bumble up and turn it into like a Battlefront disaster. And
Well, that's fine as long as that Battlefront disaster doesn't come out.
ever.
They can
Again, I
take-
agree with you.
They can take their time. Keep fighting until it's like the perfect polished diamond of a game that's going to save BioWare as we know it. Because at that point, that's what Anthem is. It's the BioWare saver.
They don't deserve to be in this position. They can put out the game that we all want. Are they going to be hamstrung? Another ham reference, but a different part of the body.
They
Got a-
may
got a lot of ham
very
going
well
on.
be.
Maybe I'm hungry. I don't know.
Did you eat before the podcast?
I did actually. I did. It
Okay.
was quite
Okay.
delicious. I won't
So
tell you
we're
about my
good.
meal, but I will tell you it was delicious.
Okay. As long as you ate something.
Yeah. I found another cave, by the way.
Ah, I'm on my way.
I dug out coal and found a cave.
Oh my goodness. This one's creeper. He's trying to make his way over here.
Oh, that was loud. Where is that?
He's gonna come kill me.
But anyway,
I was washing him away.
ugh! Ow. Just before, so, like, recently, and I say recently, I'm sure it's within the last week or so, there have been some more Death Stranding ideas come out of the woodwork, and also a few things said by various people in the title, like Mads Mikkelsen, which is pretty cool. They have alluded to the fact that Death Stranding is going to take some kind of community cohesion to see its full glory in all of it. I don't know.
Really?
It's
Some
probably
good
not
implied
going to
teamwork.
be like a Destiny style, because I
I
think
hope
they're
not.
most definitely
Mm-mm.
sticking to like a crazy, ridiculous Hideo Kojima single player game.
Thank you.
But it's more like okay, so in Metal Gear Solid 5, there was a thing that there was a very, very specific cutscene that was only unlockable to the entire community if everybody in the entire community, 100% of the players playing, dismantled all of their nuclear weapons.
Really?
Oh.
Did it ever
And
happen?
I don't know. I really don't know.
They just told everyone, oh, by the way, this thing exists. If y'all elect to do it, have at it.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
That's
Now that, for
intense.
some reason, that feels like a near move to me. But go ahead.
Yeah. I imagine it's something along the lines of that. Hey, Danny, welcome to the world of
Hey, Danny.
whatever it is that we're doing. Ah!
Oh, I broke into where you're at.
I need help. Come help
Coming.
me, please. Oh my God, how much is over here?
So we're thinking. So we're thinking that there might be some kind of, like
dangerous.
like a game-wide event type, or would you call that an event?
I don't
Like,
specifically know. Oh, it's a mine shaft. I don't know if I would call it an event, but I would definitely call it like a community participation thing.
okay.
I don't know how far it's gonna go. I don't know how like fucking ridiculous it's gonna be because it's Hideo Kojima and he always likes ridiculous stuff.
Yep. Yes, he does.
There's another thing.
Oh
There's
my gosh.
one more thing that happened where a fan was rewatching the Death Stranding trailer and noticed that the moss growing on the rocks are very reminiscent to rocks that have moss on them in Iceland, and posted a comparison photo of it on Twitter, and Hideo Kojima retweeted it. So we might have a setting which would be Iceland for this game.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Has there ever been an
I love
Iceland
the
game?
not confirming or denying, just retweet.
Yeah.
Has there ever been a game set in Iceland? I
Yeah.
honestly don't know. I feel like
The land
there
of
should have
large
been
people.
a James Bond game that took you there, but I really don't know if it happened.
Yeah. Oh man.
So I'm going to go ahead and put money down that the community participation will involve your baby.
Oh, the baby. Like it's only gonna grow if certain things happen or something.
Yes. Yes, I'm going to put it on the baby.
Gotta throw
It'll be-
down on the baby.
I'm putting all the money on the
Spread the
baby in the bathwater in your belly. Like, I don't know what it means yet.
That's
But
the
like
baby money.
maturation of the baby, maybe you have to give birth to the baby. I don't know.
Oh.
Oh man.
I don't know.
I mean, we don't know, man. This is
Or
Hideo. He could do all kinds of weird
or
Yeah,
maybe-
seriously.
Once you grow the baby, you replay the game as your progeny. I don't know. Just putting stuff out there.
Wow.
Grow the baby. Be the baby.
That's
Find the baby.
We just came out with their new marketing plan right there. Right there. You're welcome.
What do we market this at? Baby.
baby.
What else is
Baby.
needed? Just baby.
Baby. This weird stomach underwater baby too.
In your gullet, baby.
Yeah. That was such a weird trailer.
Oh,
I'm happy it
man.
exists. It's so weird, but
It's so
goddamn,
weird.
come on now.
It's the kind of weird that gives you shivers.
I mean, I loved it.
Hey,
What? Huh?
do you
What?
think we'll see Bloodborne 2? Because we're already seeing Rage 2.
Yeah.
So what about Bloodborne 2? Because I heard that there's some rumors about Bloodborne assets appearing somewhere.
I haven't heard anything about that. I do know
Oh.
that Dark Souls, which is same guys, just released the remaster of the very first game.
Oh.
Uh,
Heck.
man, it
Like
is
all things Dark
loud.
Souls.
Yeah.
Look at this.
I mean, it was a remaster of the first game. I think that's their hardest title. I've never played a like Blood Souls game, but you know.
I've never wanted to be on the edge of my sanity, so I've steered clear of them.
Just getting bogged down in stupid mechanics. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Monster
I'd
Hunter
rather it
was
not
kind of
be
enough.
like, you'll never pass this entire section unless you dodge in this specific spot at this specific point at this specific time.
Yeah, that kind of thing doesn't.
And if you don't, SOL.
It's dark in this direction. Eh. I don't know if we're gonna see anything from From Software or not. What I do know is that a game that we thought was dead as a launch title for Microsoft has made a re-emergence in that they re-listed the title of it as, I think they like re-trademarked it or something like that. And that is Scalebound. Do you remember Scalebound?
Scalebound?
Yeah. Yeah, you were like this guy that was like super cool in like the Japanese, this is what we think white people do version of cool. And
Yes.
he had like headphones
dear.
around his
Oh,
neck,
dear.
and he
I
fought
found
a
outside.
dragon.
I just uncovered the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah, at least Danny is surprised by it. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm surprised by it too.
Yeah. Danny says she wants it. I want it. It'd be freaking awesome. I was sad to see that go away. Even if it was a Microsoft exclusive. I really wanted to see it. And it hadn't been around. So you guys, do you wanna riff on Battlefield now?
I think
Hit
it's
it.
time. I think it's overdue.
I think that we did a good job of holding back.
Not to be like, just tear into it.
Yeah.
All right. So, since this one is set in World War II, I was a little hesitant, thinking, great, we'll just roll right in on the history train and we'll have more of the same Battlefield 1.
Choo-choo.
That does not appear to be the case.
They've changed
And
many
I am
things.
happy. Yes. I think my most exciting development, at least to me anyways, is the fact they are going to make the world and various buildings and areas fortifiable. Now, they obviously took some cues from some of these, PUBG style things where you can
Fortnite.
fortify things, and yeah, literally the game Fortnite, and do something like that. So like, well, we'll just take a little element of it, not enough to where they can come back and be like, oh yeah, we own all that IP. They'd be like, no, we're just going to do this little bit. But it's just enough of a little bit that when you've got 64 people duking it out, you can get some squads together and really, really do some damage in an entire area. Now, they said the whole point of making fortifiable areas is to increase the ability to have lulls in between attack waves and it not be a constant onslaught. I kind of like the constant onslaught, honestly. Like, you jump into a match and it's one solid blending protocol until the match is over.
Just complete chaos until the end.
Just utter, like, what is going... There's a tank exploding. I just died on spawn. Like, what's going on? Like,
yeah.
Sometimes that can be really entertaining. But anyways, they're going for a more lulled approach where you're going to have to, like, plan with your teammates and make it harder to kind of move around and take areas of the map. I can be a fan of that because it's going to go both ways and not just be one way, but that probably means there's going to be some more coordination. And anticipating that additional coordination, they thank goodness made it to where any class can revive a squad mate.
Yep.
Now this
They
is
did that
important
with
where,
ammo too.
yes, but it's limited. Obviously, if you're the support
Yeah.
class, it's infinite raining ammo, but others can provide minimal support.
Yes.
But it's pretty good that not only about reviving a teammate, but you can drag a teammate so you don't have to go freaking patty someone out in an open field where the freaking tanks are firing and there's crossfire and you're just like, I pray to God I revive you on time. You do, you run away, and the teammate dies again.
You know
like,
it's still going to
God.
be a giant patty fest in the middle of a field with tanks and snipers zoning in on the one
Absolutely.
dead
Only
body.
now some people are going to be able to do it faster than others because not everyone's going to be running a medic class.
Yeah.
That's the only difference. It's like, oh, look, someone went to help a teammate. Done. So that's kind of nice that they're actually doing some rebalance so people can play more of their favorite classes, which means if you're playing your favorite class, you'll tend to do better, which is probably a little more conducive to some team play.
Oh yeah.
Just mere speculation, not guaranteed. Played with plenty of people who suck no matter what class they play.
Yeah, we've got a friend or two that are not up on first person shooters in general.
No.
Tom.
No. Yeah. But
And I want to chime in and say that I.
How about
I suck at
the
this
new
game
game
too.
types they're gonna coming out with?
Well, hold on. What Vass, what were you gonna say?
Oh no, I just want to chime in and say that I am also one of those friends who actually sucks at Battlefield. But I appreciate it. I'm just terrible at it. Okay, new game modes.
Yeah. So they announced something that sounded very similar to. Okay, so first they linked it to the returning operations game mode, which I think they're making quicker, but I'm not entirely sure about that bit. But they've linked it to a style of game, kind of like a. It sounds like it's going to be an interim round to me, but they have linked it to a game mode that sounds an awful lot like Ding 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 Battle Royale.
Yeah, everyone's trying to cash in on Battle Royale, and rightly so. It's kind of the latest fad, so there's money to be made,
Yeah,
and they're gonna make the money.
I mean, I guess so. I really don't want them to, fall into that trap. I don't think it's going to be.
It's gonna get run right into the ground.
I don't
Like,
think it's
everyone
going to
is gonna
be...
get their slice of the pie. Right now, Epic Games is the one holding the whole pie, and it's
Most of
just
it.
gonna get smaller and smaller.
But don't they have like? I could be saying this wrong because it has been a hot second, but don't they have DICE have their own twist to the Battle Royale mode where
Yes.
it is still squad based?
I think so.
Yes. I believe that is the case.
I'm
and how they
not-
currently get around any of the IP with regards to that.
Yeah.
But the operations, though, as I quite frankly was not a fan of the operations because they were just near impossible to complete. But they're doing things that are kind of rescaling and making it easier to, move forward with the operation. Because typically, beforehand, if you didn't succeed, like, the game was over. But now, the operation will still continue, but they've tiered a system of resources that the attacking team will spawn with if they don't complete certain objectives at the last one. So they're trying to kind of artificially stretch it out so it doesn't end so abruptly like it
Okay.
used to.
So you're not running like it was in Battlefield 1 where you had 4 waves of like 200 dudes in one zone and you just got
if you complete
routed
that,
in
you're
one
done.
zone.
Yeah. I think it still might be zonal like that, but when the tickets run out, if you would have completed the section, you might start with like 5 vehicles, and if you don't complete it, you start with like 2
Oh, okay.
or like 1. Like they tier back the resources and things that you have in order for the next attack. And then I think maybe after that one it is over. But they've kind of stretched it out so it's not a one and done shot deal.
Yeah.
The other thing, which I found really awesome, which this is going to put the giant middle finger to the guys who do nothing but solo the airplanes, which is the turrets, anti-air, and artillery are mobile attachments you can hook to the back of a vehicle and pull them around the level.
Awesome.
They are never going to be stuck in one specific spot anymore. Like, you won't know where they're at.
Oh man.
So now, when people get in these planes, as it is right now, they go straight to the stuff that could kill them, blow it up, and then they just can lord over the whole level because nothing can kill them because they just keep a watchful eye on the 2 spawn areas that have anything that can kill them. Well, now, the tables have turned, and they will no longer be able to camp on those godforsaken artillery spots. They can now be pulled around the level and placed anywhere, or relatively anywhere, at the player's discretion.
You know someone is going to be able to cheese like the AA gun. Like they're going to get a flak 88 on top of like the Eiffel Tower or something like that.
Absolutely. It's going to happen.
I hope so.
Like, the community will come together and be like, Operation Eiffel Shot or something. I don't know what. And it's going to happen.
I mean,
hope
I
that's the
welcome
case.
it. Absolutely.
I want to see the first time that happens. No one's expecting it, and they can just reign over the entire level.
Can I
it's
take us
moments
backwards
like
real
this.
quick to the Battle Royale mode because I don't
Do
want
it.
us to put out wrong information to
Sure.
the tens of 10 people who are going to hear this podcast. Um, but just so we're clear, as of right now, it's not going to be its own standalone mode.
Okay.
They're actually going to be part of the Grand Operations mode.
All right.
And what happens is if you somehow fight to a standstill, or to a draw, then the final stand, which will be a 4th round, will trigger, and that will be the Battle Royale mode. Where there are low resources, and
That's
you're
right,
fighting until
that's
the
right.
last man is standing, and you only have 1 clip.
One
I thought it was you
clip.
start with 1 magazine, and you have to go find more ammo. Otherwise,
Oh
you got to knife
my god.
everybody.
It's like gun game
Yeah.
then. You just
Yeah,
turned
it's
it into
gonna-
Battle Royale gun game.
Yes.
Holy
Basically.
shit.
Yes.
But there
Do you
are
remember the
conditions.
that was a Battlefield 3 or was it Battlefield 4
Yeah, it was
thing?
you
where
could play it in Battlefield 3. We would run in
Yeah.
Zeba Tower and just knife people. We got so many stars.
Mhm.
Ah, Watkins, what are you doing? Oh my gosh. I almost stared directly into your purple face. Jesus.
Yeah, so it's gonna turn into basically one of those game modes.
Oh man. That's going to be pandemonium. I don't
We
know.
broke outside again.
I don't know if I'm ready for that kind of thing.
Well, you better go ahead and bust out Battlefield 4 and get ready, so we can
Yeah.
watch you take it on at least a couple times. I'm probably going to end up doing what I did last time.
It's
and get
fun when you
Battlefield
get
and
in the rhythm
die.
because there is a absolute rhythm to that. Once
Yeah.
you hear one guy get to the 3rd rank weapon and everyone else is still in the 1st, it's like, okay, get it into high gear because this dude's about to start mopping up. No one wants to bring a knife to a grenade launcher fight.
Oh,
But,
that is
yeah,
absolutely
isn't
true.
there? Did we talk? There's one more. Excuse me. I'm all over the place right now. There's one more mode, isn't there? That's new to the game.
There might be. I know they're bringing back Conquest and
remember
Rush.
offhand.
That's the staple.
Those are staples. If you didn't
They've
have that, you had
got-
to play Battlefield.
I think what they said I think what you're alluding to, Vast, is that they were mentioning a squad style, like a deathmatch or like a squad objective thing. The closest that I can actually get to saying the correct thing would be like a squad version of Halo, like Squad Oddball or Squad King of the Hill.
Ah, yes.
And
But it's But it's
Oof.
objective based, right? You have to go into the map cooperatively and do tasks around the map.
Oh yeah, you're right. It was
Oh, the
it's
co-op
like a type
version.
of
Extract.
co-op
The
mode.
co-op.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah.
That's kind of nice that they added a co-op mode. I'm a fan. Battlefield never had campaign co-op.
I
Actually, if I
mean,
don't.
they had a kind of a wow. I'm gonna do it again. I ham-fisted co-op
Hams everywhere.
in Battlefield 3. You remember? Oh wow. Where you had to complete it for the trophy. It was like duo-based missions that didn't really have anything to do with the story at all. And
I think I remember. It's been
yeah,
a
you
while.
remember that one time you were trying to finish it all up, and you were doing it with the Randys, and you unfortunately got paired up with that kid that quit and restarted the match every time you were spotted. You remember that?
Oh yeah. Yeah, okay, yeah, I remember. Yeah, that
Yep.
got super frustrating.
Well,
Dude, dude,
oh, back
you
here.
don't want to be spotted. Don't play this game. Like, stop.
I mean, this isn't Splinter Cell or anything like
Yeah,
that. It's Battlefield.
Battlefield.
God, that's loud.
Caro meter is a lot lower. But yeah, I was pleasantly surprised that the new Battlefield will offer some much more interesting game types, which makes the World War II setting a little easier to swallow, in my opinion. But
Yeah.
I'm still wishing for a Battlefield futuristic based game. It's due. Like,
Yeah.
let's just go ahead and do it.
Give me a Battlefield 2143 or Bad Company 3.
I mean,
I would
after a
absolutely
Battlefield
love it.
2, they're going to have to do that. Like, I just don't
I
see
hope
them.
so.
Like, you can't drop back into another ancient World War scenario. Like, they'll have been so overdone, no one will want to play it.
Yes, but what if we go to the Crimean War?
Hold on while I ram my musket ball back into
Yeah,
back
that's like
into my
backtracking
musket.
farther than the friggin' Battlefield 1. I mean,
Damn you Russians, this is our colonial territory, the British.
Battlefield War of the Roses.
oh gosh. Yeah,
Oh my God.
I think everyone will be
Battlefield.
like, yawn.
Have they done the Napoleonic War?
Like
That
Battlefield
would be kinda cool.
1812.
Yeah.
No,
That's the
it'd have to
thing.
be like
There's a lot of old
Battlefield,
wars.
The Han Wars or something like that. Like,
They're
way
like
back.
going all the way back to
Battlefield.
China.
Mongolian
pick like a
uprising.
yeah. Have to be way back there.
I mean, I might pick it up quicker than a World War II Battlefield, unfortunately.
I'm just saying they need to partner with Ubisoft and make this happen. Just
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah. I'd play the hell out of it for 5 minutes.
Battlefield Peloponnesian War. Get
Hold,
that elephant
men.
over the Alps.
Hold, men, get back in your phalanx.
No, just no. I need my guns and machine guns and jets and tactical scopes and
But
no,
you can
I'm
have
not gonna look
elephants
through a frickin'
in the Alps.
shoestring loop with some dude who thinks he fashioned the first optic on a bow. Like, it ain't happening.
Oh man.
Oh man,
That's-
that would be really good. Though.
that's
This is
funny.
$1 million idea that would probably get $10 back, but it's a great idea.
I mean, there are games out there like Mountain Blade that are kind of like that.
Hmm.
If you've ever heard of Mountain Blade.
I'm lost.
Yeah, I made it back to the laundromat.
Oh, how'd you, what?
Dude, I don't know. I was wandering around and decided I need to go back home. I'm back home.
I do need to go home. I'm trying to find where that home is, but I can't find it.
All right, I'll be back. I'll be back in a
on.
second.
Here's Obsidian.
But anyway, what do y'all think the over under is on us seeing a new Splinter Cell coming out?
Oh,
Probably pretty
High.
high considering the Ghost Recon stuff they waved in our face.
Well, that's kind of the only thing that we don't know about Ubisoft's E3 stream, right? Because we know they're going to do Beyond Good and Evil 2. We know they're going to be doing Division 2. We know that they're going to be talking about Skull and Bones.
Yes.
So, yeah, I don't know. I'm not too
Well, that's gonna.
meh.
Well, I think that's gonna be their surprise. I think that, like, I'm gonna go into my predictive mode and say that my predictive analytic mode and say that Sam Fisher is going like a cosplayer, excuse me, actor, will drop from the ceiling in full Sam Fisher regalia, and they'll begin the Splinter Cell segment of their piece because, like Arcadius was saying, they've already teased him in the Ghost Recon Wildlands anniversary pack, right?
They
They had a
did.
mission. They called the voice actor out of retirement. Got to play with Sam. So clearly they're working with those assets, right?
Yeah.
I would think so.
Lord Jolteon says, "Hello, hey dude,
Hello.
welcome to the podcast. New face, good to see you." Oh man, I'm not really jazzed about that thing that we were just talking about, Splinter Cell.
Splinter Cell?
Yeah,
Did
that
you
thing.
ever play any of them?
I did. I played the hell out of Chaos Theory. It was great when it came out, but it was one of those games that wanted to put itself in the exceedingly near future. Like it came out in 2004 or something like that, and the setting was 2006, and they fucked up Korea. And then when you came back to play in like 2008, you're like, what the fuck is this garbage? And then you just leave, you know?
Well, that sounds like par for the course. Come
Yeah.
in, screw stuff up, leave.
Yeah. What else is there? What do y'all want to see out of this E3? Vass, what do you want to hear for Beyond Good and Evil 2? Because that is your wheelhouse, right there.
Oh my gosh. I really their latest update made me wonder how much are can they really show right now? In terms of like not tech demos, because a lot of what they've been showing on their Space Monkey Cat or their dev streams or for the Space Monkeys is basic tech demo stuff. Like
Yeah.
this is your basic movements.
Oh, oops.
This is how you're going to interact with your transportation. This is the beautiful world that you're in. I guess what I'm hoping for is one another trailer because that first trailer was amazing.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Good tease.
It was
good
really
tease.
cool. It was really well done. You could tell that they spent a lot of time, effort, and money into making it freaking awesome. So I want a new trailer from them, and I want actual mission gameplay. I'm just not sure. I've seen the original Beyond Good and Evil, so I understand how that game worked. It was an adventure game, and it was a platformer, and this was like Xbox, and so there was only so many game types that were out at that time period, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So I'm really curious as to what kind of game. Clearly, it's going to be an action adventure game, but what kind of action adventure game is it going to be? Is it going to be like Uncharted, Lara Croft? Is it going to be, you know, somewhat platformy? I don't really see it, but is it going to be that type of style, or are they going to echo back to the original game? Like, I just want to see where they want to go with it and what they want to do.
Yeah. That makes sense. At this point, I think anything that they show is going to be nice from my perspective. I just want to know more about that game.
Yeah.
They made it look
so
cool.
It looks like one of the most creative things right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I want good things for them. What else? What else can we hit? I don't even know what time we're at right now. Is anybody running a timer?
We're at the 45-minute mark. We're doing really good. I do want to put out that, excuse me, I want to see stuff from Square Enix.
Oh,
I'm sure they'll.
holy crap! You know what they said? Square Enix is bringing Kingdom Hearts 3 playable to E3.
Okay, I believe it, but I won't believe
When
it
you
until I
see it.
see it. Yes.
Yeah. That's what
I mean,
thought.
that's fair, but they've said it. They've already given a slice to the major.
Christened it out.
Yeah, like they gave it to the Sony blog, and they gave it to like a couple other people. I don't remember who, but they gave it out. It's
Well, like I
definitely
told you
out there.
guys, they released music from the official soundtrack, the official OST. Like it is real. It is actually coming. But what state is it in? You know, that's the thing. Like, what state is this game actually in? Because as much as I enjoyed, and like I really did like Final Fantasy 15, you could tell once you got towards the end of the game that it wasn't quite ready yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I have a feel in that was
Tell us
something
your
that they
problems
really
fast.
well they couldn't have really that was something that they should not have done. Like clearly that's something they shouldn't have done. But for whatever reason they felt that that was a risk that they could take with Final Fantasy 15, a game that's been in development for like it was what nearly
A
15 years,
decade?
right?
Yeah,
long time.
Like forever.
really long time.
But yeah, it was almost 10 years. I think it was like 7 or 8 years it was in development. Um, so come back to Kingdom Hearts 3, which is like a huge fan favorite. Even though it skews young, it has to be pretty darn perfect. Like I'm not talking about indecipherable story. Like we're never going to know what's going on, and that's fine. That's part of the draw. But every
We've
gameplay, every
accepted the
level
fate.
has to be perfect.
Yeah, I'm just gonna I'm okay. I'm gonna put this out here. I am kind of disappointed that they said that they're releasing Kingdom Hearts 3. Just because I love getting a rise out of people that love Kingdom Hearts for me telling them that Kingdom Hearts 3 is never going to come out. That is
You are evil.
a joy in my soul to tell people that shit's never coming out. You just abandon hope, asshole. Like, that's gone.
Well, you know what,
Oh,
Scorch?
man.
You have a new game that you can tell them about. You ready?
Okay.
Because this is what I actually hope will also be at E3, but more on Final Fantasy VII Remaster.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
That game is probably never going to come out. We probably will not see that game until PlayStation 5. Let's be honest.
I'm gonna
There's a high chance
say,
for that. I would believe that.
yeah, well
I would not
into the
doubt.
PlayStation 5 life cycle at that thing is coming out. They're
There'll be a
reworking it
PlayStation
too
5
much.
Plus. Yeah, they really are. I feel like they have like a brand new team. They took it away from the studio that was working on it. They brought it back completely into their studio. Uh, excuse me, and they have a whole new team working on it. So who knows how much of the original work that they're keeping?
It sounds
You know,
like
or
a
are they
common
going
thing
all
is
the way from
occurring to
scratch?
him, and that is creeping complexity.
Yeah,
Mm.
I don't really know what they were expecting when they doled out that title to essentially a subsidiary to work on when it was so plainly a flagship idea for Square Enix.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
for them to pull it back and just recently beef up the team makes me think that this is not going to be a thing that's going to stay around for, you know, it's going to go slowly.
Mhm. It's essentially
What?
about to
Oh
become
no!
a movie
I guess I'm going
with
this
a
way.
game underneath it. You know what I mean?
Are we talking like Metal Gear Solid Guns of the Patriots level amount of movie with a game underneath it?
I have not played that game, but going by your tone of voice, perhaps
Oh,
perhaps
no.
even more.
Okay, so Guns of the Patriots was essentially Hideo Kojima's attempt to like make a movie, but uh, Konami said, no, you have to make a video game. So essentially, what it was he said, fine, I'm gonna make a video game, but it's gonna be my way, and it's gonna be like a movie. So what it was is you would like spawn in, pick up a gun, and run to a cutscene, and it would be 45 minutes long. And then you would get out of the cutscene, and you would like squat and roll underneath a giant like canvas truck into another cutscene that's like 30 minutes long. And then after that, like it just continued
Screw you,
on and on.
Konami.
You fought like 3 dudes that entire game, and then you had this
movie.
really long, agonizing crawl. The last like 5 minutes of the game is you literally tapping circle as hard as you can until your fingers cramp up, trying to get Old Man Snake through a tunnel that shocks him if he hits the walls. And your reward for getting him to the end of said tunnel is a
That
cutscene that is 90 minutes long.
Ooh.
Yeah.
The
Movie.
end.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like he made a movie.
Yeah.
He got his wish.
Well, he's living the dream. I guess.
I mean, he is now.
Yes.
He is now. He's got his own studio. He's got babies popping out of your belly. So
God,
Baby
that
daddy.
shit's so weird. I want it so bad.
Oh man. Arcadius, which games are you looking forward to?
Yeah, man. What do you want to see?
I'm kind of interested in the Switch realm of things. I really want to
Really?
know what's coming out with that Metroid. Yeah, I am a secret super fan of Metroid. Like I loved the Metroid games, and I would go to our friend's house all the time growing up to play the Metroid games because they were so much
good.
fun. Before I had my own monies and could own my own game systems.
Oh yes.
And I just loved how it looked. I loved how it played. The bosses were like challenging. They weren't super easy. The puzzle world was actually pretty challenging, and it was pretty satisfying to solve some of those. So I like it. I like it a lot. So
Yeah.
I want to see what they got, and if they've got something to sink your teeth into, I'm gonna be quite the fan. And if not, it's gonna be like, okay. You know? So.
Well,
I feel like the only, and it's going to be kind of rude, but I feel like the only first-party title that has actually not completely recovered from Nintendo is probably the Star Fox series. So I think you're going to be okay with Metroid. Honestly, I think you're going to be okay with Metroid.
The problem is that Metroid has a ginormous hype following. It doesn't matter what kind of Metroid, what age of Metroid, there is a hype train. It exists, and you got to be careful not to get sucked into it, because it's big, it's large, and in charge. But I think it can go okay, and as long as they don't botch up a release, which normally with those games I don't actually know. I mean, besides more of the NES style Metroids, I don't know of any of like the Metroids for GameCube, which is where, in my opinion, where Metroid Prime started really kicking off with a lot of people being interested in playing it.
Yeah.
I don't know of any of those Metroids that were released with poor quality or issues. Like, I don't know of one.
No?
I don't remember ever experiencing issues. So they were pretty polished games when they came out.
That's what I'm saying. When it comes to first-party releases, like Nintendo doesn't let those. I don't want to equate them to Disney, but it's almost that level of
Meticulousness.
Like
control.
polishedness?
Polish, yeah. Like they're not going to let something, and honestly, that's the way it should be. But they're not going to let something out of the gate that's not, complete, that is close to being as bug-free as possible. Like all of their first-party games, and like I said, with the exception of Star Fox, and honestly, I think that has more to do with the genre than it does like translating that shooter, that air simulator shooter to today's like gaming culture. I think that has more to do with it than anything else.
Yeah, definitely.
But none of their first-party games, even ones that may be considered like, I don't even think like there was a lot of not like fan criticism towards the Legend of Zelda Wind Waker because it was the cell shaded style, but the
Yeah.
gameplay itself and everything like that, and like no one had a problem with that other than you were in a
Yeah,
boat, so
I've got
sometimes people
one of
got
my friends
tired.
who's a die-hard Nintendo fan, and he plays all the Nintendo games regardless of what they are, and he had nothing but awesome things to say about that game. Like he didn't care about how it was animated or whatnot. I was kind of a snob, and I kind of cared about how it was animated. But then they came out with Breath of the Wild, and I'm like, okay, I'm all right with this. We're going in the right direction.
And so you're talking to someone who is like who's a Nintendo fangirl, like regardless. But the GameCube was my first and I like I was like in
Mm,
high school at
it's a
that
good
time.
device.
But
It's
that
an
was my
excellent
first
device.
console that we had new. That we had new. Like we had hand me downs, like a hand me down PlayStation 1 and a hand me down uh SNES. But the
Hmm.
GameCube was our first like game system. And I know everything about that one. And let me tell you, there was not a damn game that came out on that system that was first party that was not good.
Yeah,
I was
I
sad.
enjoyed the heck out of
I
GameCube.
was sad that I missed Pikmin. I
Pikmin was
missed.
good.
Could not play that. My cousin had the GameCube, but I could never find time to like get over to his place to play it. And now it's over. And I don't know
Season's
where to
gone.
go. Get my
Well,
Pikmin fix.
I feel like there was teasers that there might be a new Pikmin for the Switch,
Really?
honestly. But don't quote me on that. Don't quote me
Okay.
on that because I've read a
We'll
lot of
wait.
articles over the past couple of weeks,
I
and I
may
feel
not
like that is something I've seen.
I may not quote you on it, but it's going on a shirt.
We'll let the shirt do the talking.
Danny wants to see The Last of Us.
Yep.
We
I
know it's
watched a
going to
little bit of
be
that.
we know it's going to be on Sony's docket. They've already said that they're bringing it. So we're definitely going to see it. Just how much of it we're going to see is kind of up in the air at this point. Are they going to bring
Yeah.
another really brutal trailer, or is it going to be playable? Are we going to see a gameplay demo of it?
These are the things we are asking.
Oh, okay. So predictive analytics, and all right, we're going to have the cast of the game come out, and they're going to table read a scene. There,
You think
that's
so?
what's going to happen. I
They
think it
did
would be
they did
cool
that
if
with
they
Last of
did.
Us before, I think.
You think they do a repeat of the same thing?
I mean,
Mm.
for Uncharted, or not Uncharted, for The Last of Us and Naughty Dog Games, who are really uh, like story heavy, they really like to put forth the voice actors and the talent in their game. They want them to talk about it and they want them to be a part of the experience. So they have them out for a lot of things.
Mhm.
And there was even, I think Sony even released a couple of years ago when Last of Us really hit and everybody loved it so much, they actually had a bit of a stage play of an alternative scene towards the end of The Last of Us
Hmm.
that they had the voice actors like play style, and it was actually pretty good. I liked it a lot.
Interesting.
So it's not out of the realm of possibility that they would do something like that.
Mhm. I have another predictive analytics for you. That Nintendo is about to suck a Switch-sized hole out of Arcadius's wallet.
Well, it's pretty cheap, right? It's like $200, something like that.
I
I
was
think it's either
partially waiting on it
250.
to get cheaper, so
Yeah.
Well, this holiday season, it's coming to your wallet. Just saying.
I
I
mean,
just
if
have a feeling
they,
that they're going to have a good show this year. That's what I'm saying. They're going to have a really good show.
yeah, I think so too.
Mhm.
If they put a release date on Pokemon, I will be purchasing a Switch. That's the way it's
if
going to be. Yeah, if they do that, and it's pointing towards the late this year that it's going to come out.
really.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
Mhm. Well, it might be pulling one. It might be pulling two from my pocket because if I get one, I'm probably gonna get my brother one.
Your brother can
Um,
afford his own Switch.
I know, but I'm his
He's a
big
taxpayer now.
sister.
This is
He
part of the
is.
enjoyment.
He's
I'm his
absolutely.
big
Let
sister.
him get
Someone.
his own
You can't.
Switch.
There
He's
are
going to
certain
appreciate it more, Vast.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
His
No, he's
own
not.
hard-earned cash.
He can save his hard-earned cash for his wedding.
Oh,
I'm gonna
man.
get my little brother a Switch
Weddings are
for
like
Christmas.
money pits. The return you already know is going to be lifelong, regardless of how much you spend.
I mean, if you do it
Please
right,
put
it's supposed
that
to be
on a
lifelong.
t-shirt.
Okay, pre-preface. If you do the wedding correctly with the correct person, it does not matter how much you end up spending at the wedding.
There we go. That sounds a little bit better.
All right, guys, it's getting to be that time.
About time for us to wrap it up, eh?
Closing
Mhm.
statements.
All right. Well,
I think whatever E3 has to offer, I'm ready.
Yeah.
I want to see it. I
we're
want my
expecting
eyeballs to be full of that E3 goodness.
we're expecting good things
Mhm.
from you, Nintendo, and Sony,
Mhm.
and Microsoft will be there too.
They'll be present
They will be present.
and
Yeah.
accounted for.
Oh man. Well, I guess that's it for us. Do we have anything else we'd like to add before we get out of here?
That's about all I got.
All right.
Until
Well,
next time.
this has been episode 23. I don't know when the next one is going to show up. We've been pretty busy lately, but we'll be around. We have a YouTube channel that we upload to and live stream to every once in a while. DerNami Gaming. You can follow us on just across most social media, right? Twitter, Twitch, YouTube. We have a Facebook that we don't really pay attention to.
Off and on. I check it here and there.
Yeah, go and follow us. We need more people and all that. Yeah, that's it. We'll see you later. Bye.